You know what I'm hearing today? Stop trying to figure things out. And I'm reminded by something I wrote a while back. Goes something like, you don't have to figure life out. You don't have to have life figured out. You don't even have to have today figured out. You don't have to know how to be human. Just being human is enough. It's almost as if you have come into a new realization or a new clarity about something. Maybe you have had a big letting go inside you. Maybe you have been feeling a lot of grief, or in some way have been letting go of something, and you're still trying to figure out what to do with your new clarity, with your new mindset. And almost as if I'm getting this feeling of someone who is looking for answers, looking for some solution, looking for a path. Like, almost as if you're someone who is looking for something to do, or trying to ask yourself, what do I do now? Where do I look now? What do I focus on now? Where I'm getting this feeling that maybe you're supposed to go inwards and just be and just listen, instead of trying to ask yourself what you need, or ask yourself what to do, or look around you for things to do. Almost as if you're scanning your area. Is there somewhere I have to tidy, or is there something I have to do here? Is there some person I have to call over here? You're looking for it. You're looking for something to do, looking for something to fix, or something to do. That's what I'm getting. Looking for something to do. And I don't know if it's because you have this new clarity, or this new perspective or something, or if it's because you're bored of being in the same position, and you think that you have to do something differently, or you have to do more, or you have to just do something so that something else will happen. And at the same time, maybe you're someone who's very comfortable having routines in your life, and you want to keep doing the same thing day after day because it's familiar. So every day you're looking for things to do, or looking for if there's something you do every day, you're looking for that every day. You're focusing on that every day. Where in some way it feels like you're also tired of that. Not because you don't want routine, but because you want a new sort of routine, or you want to do something differently than you normally would. So you're also tired of constantly looking onto the same thing again and again. Let me give an example. Let's say that you have a routine every day of tidying. And so every day you wake up, you're looking around for, what can I tidy today? What can I tidy today? And that's the same energy I'm getting here with whatever it is. If this resonates with you, it's almost like you're looking for it, even if it's not there. Or if you're someone who's creative, you're asking yourself, what can I create today? What can I create today? Instead of just letting it come to you. You want to initiate something to happen. But at the same time, you're also tired of being the one to initiate. You also kind of crave just being able to lean back and let it come to you. So you're in that, I feel like you're in that limbo of should I find something, find that thing that I can do, find that thing I can tidy, fix, create, initiate, or should I just like pull back a little bit and just listen inwards for what it is that I need right now. So maybe you feel a little bit unsure about what to do, but if this resonates with you, then I think that it means that it will benefit you to not force anything to happen, not force yourself to do anything. I get the feeling that you're someone who has been that person for maybe your entire life. Maybe you've just had that role so much that you have to initiate things. And it's not because you've not been receiving things or receiving that, invitations or initiations from others, but mostly you've been someone who's had to fight for yourself and get things done, because if you didn't do those things, then no one else will come and do it for you. So there's almost this sense of survival in it, that you have to do it to survive. But for whatever reason, you reached a point, I think, where you actually don't need that anymore to survive. Even though you, of course, still need to do things to keep living, keep thriving, it doesn't have to be the survival mindset anymore. I'm getting the feeling that you're ready to step back. You're ready to retire that part of you. You're ready to let go of that part of you that doesn't have to initiate everything and get so many things done all the time. And you don't have to look for the answers. You don't have to look for the things to get done. Maybe you're at that point because you're like starting to look for things to do, because you're realizing that there is actually not anything to do anymore. You have done everything that you were supposed to do. You have done everything that you could do. So maybe it's a little bit of a terrifying position, because if you've been so used to being the one to do things all the time, initiate things all the time, it can feel like losing control, to suddenly feel like, okay, I can't really do anything anymore, or I don't have to do anything anymore, or doing those things actually won't get me to where I want to go or where I need to go. So there's not any point to me constantly doing. But you have not any experience with letting go of it and just stepping back and allowing it to come to you. It requires so much trust, is what I'm hearing. It requires you to trust yourself so much and have complete blind trust or belief or knowing inside of you that it's gonna be okay. If I step back, if I retire that part of me, something else will open up. Another version of me will open up. If I allow that version of me to die, or to just step back, allow that version to, I'm like seeing someone, I'm seeing you open a door into like a living room, and the lighting is low, and there's an armchair in the corner, and you're like leading that version of you into that room and saying, go over here and sit down. It's actually making me emotional. You're like, this is not the end. You're not at the end of your journey. There's a version of you that wants to rest now. There's a version of you that has been fighting so much, initiating so much, having this parenting role. And it's not because you're not your own parent anymore. You still have that ability to have responsibility and take care of yourself and like be on top of things, but you can retire that version of you who had to do it out of survival, who had to do it because there was no other option. There was no other option. You had to do it, and you don't have to do it anymore. You're out of that stage now. Maybe that has also been a part of you that has let go recently, or maybe that's why you've been grieving recently, because you realized how much time and life you spent in this state of survival, that you've been so occupied with just getting through the day that you didn't even have any ability to look ahead of you, and no ability to really dream about what life could look like when you were out of that survival state, because you were in survival, so that was the only thing that mattered. Now you can retire that version of you so that you can step into a new life of more abundance, more peace, more knowing, more trust, and realizing that when you trust that life comes to you, when you trust that opportunities come to you, and you don't have to fight with everything you are, you don't have to look for things to do anymore. And this is a little bit scary, but it's also beautiful, because something else is opening up for you, and this is a time for you to be curious about what is happening, like what am I feeling, what is instead of thinking about where you can pull something, you have to just listen inwards into what pulls me. 11:11, oh my god, what pulls me, like where do I feel that pull towards something, instead of thinking where is there something that I can pull. You don't have to use that force anymore to pull things to you. It's also about, I think, detachment. So maybe you've been practicing detaching more from things and people, situations, versions of you, because you're not supposed to chase things. You're supposed to attract it. And when you're in that state of just being with yourself, listening inwards, and building that trust in yourself, building that universe within yourself, that garden within yourself, where you're just in contact with yourself, in tune, listening, and realizing you don't have to fight, you don't have to do all these things, you don't have to look for things to pull to you, look for things to do, but it requires so much trust. And I think that is the challenge now, or like the challenge now, to trust and to be curious. That's what I'm hearing. Be curious and be trusting. And don't look at this as the end of something. It is actually the beginning of something. So see it as something that you're experimenting with, you're exploring it. And and allow yourself to do less, is what I'm hearing. Do less. It's okay. It's okay to do less. Like, things will not stop. Opportunities will not stop coming to you if you stop to do as much. So when we're constantly like pulling things to us, doing things, initiating things, fighting for things, we also prevent things from coming to us, because we're constantly in this energy of almost like giving ourselves to something else. And you deserve to be in that position of leaning back, of opening that door into this quiet and dimmed lit living room, and allowing that part of you that has been fighting so much to just sit down in that armchair and just take a deep sigh, and like put their legs up and just lean back and just, I've done enough. I have done enough.